The year was 2024. 2024.
Release me! Release me!
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
A year of disappointing TV shows and movies. Stinkers such as Madam Web, Borderlands, The Acolyte,
These games before!
Joker 2, and The Rings of Power. Humanity was on the decline, and all hope was lost. Until the day our prayers were answered on April 10th, 2024. Jonathan Nolan, the next Einstein, woke up and decided to help carry television on his back. I generally can't put into words how much I love the Fallout TV show, and this isn't coming from a biased mindset. I do not play the Fallout games. The farthest I ever got was the bugs in the first vault you wake up from in Fallout 4. So if you're a lore wizard, please enlighten me in the comments. But I recently watched, at the time of making this video, Season 2, Episode 7, and when the episode ended, I just sat there like, oh, so this is what pure cinema feels like. And that's what I want to talk about today. Not just what happens, but why it works so well. Because I'll be real, I started ranting like a fanboy and I need to actually explain my point like a functional human being. So sit back and enjoy the video. From the very beginning, the show does something that a lot of modern shows don't do. It respects your intelligence and doesn't jiggle keys in front of you. In episode 1, we're introduced to Cooper Howard and his daughter at what seems like a normal birthday party. It's bright, cheerful, and wholesome. But then the camera pans to people watching the news, and we overhear talk about nuclear war and rising tensions with the Soviet Union, before it's turned off by the host to keep morale high. That right there is the first reason the show is so good. It builds dread without screaming, look, drama, in your face. It's subtle, it's casual, it feels real. Everyone is still smiling and eating cake while the world is about to end. And that contrast is terrifying. And after the party is about to wrap up, Cooper tells his daughter a story about some advice he got while in the military. If there was a nuclear blast, hold up your thumb. If it's smaller than your thumb, then you'd better run. If it's bigger than your thumb, well, then there's no point in running anymore.
I told us to hold up your thumb just like this. And if the cloud is smaller than your thumb, now you run for the hills.
And if it's bigger than your thumb?
They told us not to bother running.
We then get that moment. Cooper's daughter holding up her thumb and asking whether it's his or hers.
Is it your thumb or mine?
That scene is insane because it's not just a cool visual, it's character, tone, and world building all in one. A child uses the same measurement her father told her to use, yet the nuke had already surpassed the size of her thumb. It's an amazing shot, and the show gives us one of the best sequences in the entire series. And that's only the first 6 minutes. 6 minutes in and I'm already locked in. Then the show flips the entire vibe on you when we enter the vault and meet Lucy McLean.
My name is Lucy McLean, and I'm an active contributor to the well-being of my community.
Her father, her brother, and the rest of the vault dwellers. It's like we're watching a completely different show than I expected. The vault is bright, clean, and friendly, almost painfully polite. People are smiling like they're in a commercial, and what makes it work is just that it's not a comedy, it's controlled discomfort. Because the whole time you're watching, you're thinking, this is too nice, this is too normal, something's wrong. And that's the genius. The show makes you uneasy and comfortable at the same time. That's hard to do. Lucy plans a wedding with a vault dweller from Vault 32. Everything is going well, the colors are vibrant, everyone's cheerful, and it feels like the vault is in a perfect little bubble. Then we get the twist. The Raiders. They used Vault 32 as a costume to get into Vault 33. And here's why the sequence is so good. The show doesn't immediately drain the color and go gray and gritty as every other series would. The lighting and brightness stay the same, but now it's splattered with blood, death, and chaos.
You know.
The music almost smothers the screams and gunshots, which makes it feel even more surreal. It's like the vault's still trying to pretend it's safe while it's actively falling apart. That visual choice is storytelling. It reinforces the theme, comfort doesn't equal safety, and the vault's optimism is fragile, maybe even manufactured. I could go into depth about every episode and how every episode is a masterpiece of cinema and storytelling, but I didn't want this video to become 2 hours long, so I'll mention one more example that shows why this scene hits so hard, especially with Cooper. In Season 2, Episode 5, Cooper and Lucy are heading to Las Vegas. They survive a close encounter with Deathclaws, book a hotel, and this episode becomes very Cooper heavy. When Lucy enters the room Cooper booked, she gets sedated. What I love about this sequence is how the show visualizes Cooper's downfall without turning it into a corny speech. We see his spiral and desperation to get his family back, the way the show flashes back and forth, from Cooper's drunken self to him falling onto the pole. It's peak design. Why? Because it's not just cool editing, it's the show physically showing you his collapse. When Cooper went to Las Vegas, he finally learned the truth behind Vault-Tec in the vault. Everything he lived for, his wife, his child, his career, gets poisoned by one decision, his wife deciding that dropping the bombs themselves would be a good idea. So Cooper loses his beliefs, he loses his trust, he loses the version of reality on which he built his life on. And when you strip someone down like that, they don't become noble, they become desperate. That's why the present day Cooper does things that make you uncomfortable, including turning on Lucy in that moment. It's not because he's evil now, it's because the apocalypse didn't just destroy the world, it destroyed the man he used to be. Both falling scenes are the same message: failure, relapse, and the realization that he can't undo what happened. It's painful and it's shot beautifully, and the characters are a huge reason the show works. They're entertaining and funny, but they also feel like they belong in this world. The duality between Lucy and Cooper is one of the best duo dynamics in recent television. Lucy is this all-good character who wants everyone to be happy and friendly, and she generally believes in doing the right thing. Cooper is this rough cowboy who actually understands what's going on, how cruel people can be, and what survival costs. Watching them clash morally, emotionally, and philosophically is the show at its best. It's not just banter, it's a debate about humanity. The Brotherhood of Steel and Maximus are also really cool. At first, I didn't really like Maximus. I found him annoying and frankly a jackass who was somehow worse than the people who actually bullied him. But as the series goes on, I somehow started to get it. His arc isn't about becoming the hero, it's about identity, wanting purpose, wanting power, wanting respect, and realizing how quickly those desires can turn you into the thing you hate. By the end, I felt like his character arc actually landed. And the villains? Really strong. Moldover and Hank keep the pacing sharp, and the reveals are generally satisfying. Finding out how Moldover got into the vault, the Pip-Boy connection, and the Shady Sands twist, especially the idea that Reclamation Day isn't some hopeful promise but a controlled narrative. Ugh, it's perfect! The show keeps punching holes in the safe story the Vault Dwellers were raised on, and every reveal feels like it's attacking an idea, not just adding plot for shock value. In conclusion, the Fallout TV show is one of the best shows we've gotten in the last few years, and I hope they keep this pace with the level of storytelling as we march into Season 3. The environment, the tone, the characters, the visual choice, everything feels carefully crafted, and I'm sure there's a ton of fan service I'm not even catching because I'm not a hardcore Fallout fan. Which is honestly impressive because it still works even if you're like me and your Fallout experience ends at vault bugs. That's the end of this video, and I hope to see y'all later. Goodbye everyone.